The Oklahoma City Thunder were one of the league's pleasant surprises in 2022-23. Not only did they make the play-in tournament after winning 12 of their last 20 regular season games, but they also beat the Pelicans in New Orleans in the 9-10 game before getting eliminated by the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Thunder were the youngest team in the association this season, making what they accomplished even more noteworthy. Their second youngest player was JoshGiddey, who doesn't turn 21 until October. The 6th overall pick in the 2021 NBA draft is quite a unique player in that he does things as a guard that we don't normally see, and I do consider him a guard, even though OKC played some unconventional, smaller lineups. The first thing that really stood out to me was his scoring off cuts, which is something we usually see from frontcourt players. In fact, Giddey was the only guard in the league this season who ranked in the top 30 in shots attempted off cuts. He took 98 of them. In case you're curious, the top 3 in this category were Evan Mobley, Jared Allen, and Domantas Sabonis. Giddey shot 60% on those attempts, with many of them being floaters. As far as the floater game in general, Giddey took the 4th most floaters this past season and shot 50.2% on them, the 9th best percentage among those who took at least 100 floaters. He has a knack for sneaking in along the baseline and getting easy standstill layups. He does an amazing job identifying an uncrowded lane, and as soon as he does, he races to his spots for easy catches and finishes. Among guards, he made the most shots when he received the pass in the paint from a teammate who dished it from the paint, as these clips display. He led the Thunder in paint touch scoring. His teammate Jalen Williams, the Santa Clara one, is very good at this as well. Another thing Giddey does well is use the glass. The only 2 players who attempted more bank shots than him were Luka Doncic and CJ McCollum. Giddey made 48.2% of those tries. Here are some more examples. Another unusual strength of his is his ability to tip in shots. Again, not something you typically see with backcourt players. He made 14 tip-ins throughout the season, which among guards was 3rd most. Only Josh Okogie and Romeo Langford made more. Giddey has shown that he can turn a drive into a post-up. This is something I emphasized in the Scotty Barnes video that I did recently, as he does this very frequently. Giddey uses nifty footwork, his size, and a nice touch to back down small defenders and score over the top. He also scored a lot of his points in transition. In fact, a little over 20% of his scoring came in transition. He and SGA actually both shot 56% in these situations. The Thunder as a team ranked 4th in transition scoring behind the Pacers, Grizzlies, and Kings. Giddey's biggest weakness is his inability to initiate much contact. He averaged just 1.9 free throw attempts, and he got fouled on a shot just 1.6 times per 100 possessions, which ranked 210th in the league among those who got fouled at least 20 times on a shot in 2022-23. The strange thing is, of the 81 times he got fouled in the act of shooting, he did make 31 of those shots, which is 38.3%. That was the 13th best percentage among those who got fouled in the act of shooting at least 20 times. So to me, this suggests the strength is there. It's just a matter of finding ways to absorb more contact when he gets in the paint. Something else that happened quite a lot is Giddey getting blocked. That happened 83 times, 11th most in the league. Jalen Green, who I also recently did a video on, got blocked the most times this past season, while second on this list was Giddey's OKC teammate, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Giddey shot 32.5% from three-point range. Nearly all of his attempts were catch and shoot, and more specifically stationary catch and shoot attempts. He did shoot it decently from the three-point corners, 40% on 35 attempts, but struggled from the wings and straightaway. OKC was a middle-of-the-pack three-point shooting team this season, which actually was better than anticipated considering none of their 3 starting guards are known for their perimeter shooting. SGA getting in the lane as often as he does helped create space for open kickout threes. Isaiah Joe was big for them as he was the Thunder's best 3-point shooter. Giddey was called for 9 charges on the season, but only one of them came after the All-Star break, so perhaps he's starting to get a little bit more under control on his drives. Giddey is known for his passing. He had 4 triple-doubles in 2022-23 and now has 8 in his career. Many of Giddey's assists come when he dishes out passes to teammates who are attacking the basket, which is different from SGA, who's more of a kick-out passer when he gets into the paint. Giddey actually made the 4th most passes to attacking teammates who shot the ball upon receiving it, and he had the 6th most assists in these situations. The only players with more were Trae Young, Nikola Jokic, Russell Westbrook, Draymond Green, and James Harden. While I don't ever expect Giddey to become a great defender, he has shown some impressive flashes on that end. Based on what I see, he's becoming a more disciplined defender. He goes vertical on his contests, and he doesn't seem to lean in with his body as much. Before the All-Star break, he averaged 0.96 shooting fouls per 100 possessions. After the All-Star break, he averaged 0.62 shooting fouls per 100 possessions. OKC as a team was great at limiting opponent points off turnovers and opponent fast break points. A player that he reminds me of a lot, although he's not quite as long, is Toni Kukoc. Kukoc was superb at all the things I discussed in this video as far as the cutting, the moving without the ball, the passing, tipping in shots, running the floor. Kukoc was a little better of a shooter from the perimeter, but Giddey shares so many of the same characteristics. Another player that did those things really well was Andre Miller. They go at a very similar pace, very deliberate, methodical, and crafty. Miller was only 6'3" though, so certainly at 6'8", Giddey has more advantages. Sean Livingston also had many of those same traits, so I'd say he's another player Giddey is like. Just some general stats on Giddey from the 2022-23 season. He averaged 16.6 points, 7.9 rebounds, 6.2 assists, 0.8 steals, and 0.4 blocks. He shot 48.2% from the field, which was nearly a 7% improvement from his rookie year, and 32.5% from three-point range, which was about a 6% improvement from the prior season. He scored 20-plus points 19 times in the regular season, including a 31-point effort against Charlotte on March 28th. Also, 10 times he dished out at least 10 assists, including on March 7th against Golden State, when he dished out 17 dimes. So that'll wrap up this video. If you like this kind of content, please subscribe.